Hello again and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Thursday. We are almost there. We have almost made it to the end of the week. Tomorrow is Friday. I hope you guys had an awesome week or are currently having a fantastic week, rocking out whatever goals, hopes, plans, dreams, ambitions you had for this week and are making it happen. Quickly, a couple updates before we get started. I have officially launched a weight loss course for beginners. It is an online digital course for download. Discover 5 little known secrets on how to lose weight. If you or somebody you know of is interested in dropping a few pounds, now that the summer months are officially almost gone and we are back to school just about, definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message. There's tons of cool stuff that comes along with the initial launch, and I'm super excited to get it out there. I know that there will be tons of valuable information for the people. Next, doTERRA convention tickets are officially on sale. This year's convention theme is Evolve because it is a tribute to the ways that we've all been learning to evolve over the past year. As a new chapter dawns, it brings a spirit of renewal, growth, and regeneration. A spirit of evolution, if you will. Register now. Definitely, the event takes place in September. It's a little less than 3 weeks away. I'm super excited. I can't wait. doTERRA convention is all about connection, making new friends, catching up with old ones, and bonding with the doTERRA family. Learn the best ways about the uses of essential oils, emerging research, new product releases, and walk away knowing way more than you did before. Catch the vision for the future of doTERRA and the world of essential oils, and be the first to know about upcoming announcements, big announcements. There's also new product reveals. There's exclusive products that are only sold at convention. I'm super excited. I can't wait. This is the best time of year to be a part of doTERRA because this is the most amazing event. So definitely, it's going to be held in person as well as online. That's the one that I'm super excited about. So if you or somebody you know of is interested in learning more about essential oils or how to live a less toxic lifestyle, how to reduce the toxins in your life, how to live a more natural alternative lifestyle, this is definitely an event that you do not want to miss. I'm super excited about it. Reach out to me. We'll definitely get you rocking and rolling, whatever you decide to however you decide to participate in this event. Next, lastly, doTERRA has actually launched a back-to-school essentials kit with some of the most powerful and convenient doTERRA On Guard products. Back-to-school essentials has everything you need to feel good about returning to school. These products fit perfectly in a child's backpack or in any kitchen or bathroom in your house and ensure everyone's hands are clean using only safe and natural ingredients. So this is a new collection that was just launched a little bit ago, and it retails for $93. So definitely, if you, again, or somebody you know of is interested in, the less toxic way of, sanitizing and washing your hands, definitely reach out to me. This is it's an amazing collection that just launched, and I'm super excited about it because it really boosts the power, the immune boosting power of the On Guard oil into an easy to use, convenient way that we can have it at our disposal whenever we see fit. So, all right. Whew. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's get into today's topic. Yesterday, we talked a little bit on how to have motivation when things aren't really going your way. Today, I wanted to talk about how to look on the bright side when things aren't looking your way, because it is real easy to have motivation and to, really want to go for something. But if you don't have the ability to look on the bright side of things, and you're just really, a very, I don't think this can work out for me type of person, then this is definitely going to be good. I think that these tips are definitely going to help you, because I really like being positive, right? I can see that's really not fair. I like being the devil's advocate, right? I can definitely see, I can argue at any point and I don't really mind it. So for me, I can definitely see both sides of the story, but that's really an ability that I have for me. I can see both sides of the story. That's really where I kind of pride myself in, the ability to see both the positive and the negative side. But there is a lot of people that you'll meet that can only see the negative side of things, as well as there's a lot of people that you see that look on the bright side of things. And so that's where I wanted to come in and give some tips that help me sort of be on the bright side of things, right? And try to get that negativity out of my way. Negative thoughts, they definitely creep up, and it's not, you're not a bad person, right? Because you have negative thoughts. It's life. It happens. We just need to move forward and, take it as it is, right? It was a negative thought that we now pushed aside. We are replacing it with a positive thought, and we are moving towards our goals, as opposed to moving towards our goals and away from the way that we feel that it is not, possible, if you will. So that's where, so let's get right into it. I guess, how to look on the bright side when things don't really seem to be going your way and life seems to be very dark and troubling. So number one thing that you need to do more than anything, I love this one and I love that I put it first on the list, is to share positivity. It's really hard for you to look on the bright side of things, for you to be a positive person, for you to, portray happiness when you're constantly bringing, they call it the bearer of bad news, right? And I mean, I get it, don't shoot the messenger type thing. And there is always things that, but at the same time, right, there is a time and a place for bad news, as well as, there's always a time and place for good news. So that's where we need to share more good news. And I get it, right? I really do. Us as people, we love to gossip. We love to, promote the negativity. We love to share negative stories because it gets a reaction out of people. It gets drama out of people, right? We can really see other people's sides of the story, and then they kind of take a spin on it. It's that whole broken telephone thing. But, I get it, right? It's a lot more fun to have that, train of thought, right? And where we can, just kind of, bring everybody into the conversation, and not really everybody wants to talk about positive things going on. Everybody really has an input on the negative things. That's why we try and, that's really right there why the media portrays so much negativity, because it draws people in. People are, they are, a sucker for the drama. They're really drawn into the negativity going on. Positive stories don't really sell that much. That's why they come, very few and far between. So that's why you need to, really change your mind into believing positive stories and not going looking for the negative stories. I love using this as an example in a way of, if you were to think about doing something, right, a new career. Actually, for me, it was 2 times that I really can make it prevalent in my mind. When I started working for a roofing supply store, I really noticed roofs all the time. When I started working for Ford, I really noticed Fords all the time. So that's what it is. When you put your mind out to thinking about something, to really believing in something, you tend to get more of that, right? So when I was working in roofing, I was seeing a lot more things to do with roofing. Now that I work with cars, I see a lot more things to do with cars. So that's the difference, right? So if we share positivity, our mind automatically looks for more positivity, and automatically we can think of the positive things that are going to come up in outcome as opposed to the negative things. Number 2, journal your thoughts. I like using journals in a way that you can really have an argument with yourself. And another real, really big tip about journaling is that your mind kind of you can misremember facts. And things don't always happen the way that your mind goes to the way that you think it happened. So that's why journaling it kind of in the moment is the best case scenario. It's that way you don't trust your memory, right? Because your memory will kind of fog things, and you'll kind of lean towards the way that, like, an outcome that you want to have, right? As opposed to what actually happened. Also, I like using a journal as a way to have a conversation with myself, right? If I'm, I've got a lot of thoughts in my head and I've kind of reached, a tipping point with a problem and I'm trying to solve it and I've got, a whole bunch of different scenarios going on in my head, it's really hard to think about all that, right? And to kind of process all your thoughts that are going on in that particular situation, right? So that's why we pull out, at the very least, doesn't have to be a book or nothing, but at the very least, a piece of paper, and we start going through the problems, right? What are we looking for? What are we doing? What's happening? And then also, we can look at a different side of it, right? We can start, thinking about what kind of outcomes might come of this. If we're going to continue on this path, we can think about what outcomes we think might happen, maybe negative side, right? One of a really cool thing that I love doing is kind of look at okay, so, and then what, right? If something goes completely wrong and terrible and, it's like completely the worst thing that's ever happened in your life. So, and then what? Right? Like, are you dead? Do you completely out of money? You have nowhere to go, right? Nobody likes you. You're going to be hung at the stake, right? Probably not. So that's why, and then what? Really, it's just as like a kind of way to reset, and you can plan a different outcome, right? You can really just kind of start over with that whole thought process. So if I do this and this happens and then this happens and this happens and then, it falls off there, then what, right? Then I can do this and maybe I do this and I don't know, right? That's where you can have the conversation with the journal for yourself, right? And you can come up with different scenarios in your head, and that way you can take your mind, like you can get it out of your mind, and then you can really visualize the problems, and it also gives you a different perspective, right? Because then when you can see it down on paper, the different outcomes, right? It gives you a different perspective as to maybe, okay, we implement this and maybe not this, or a little bit of these combined, right? Type thing in that way. Also, if you put your thoughts on paper, you're going to have some negative thoughts, but you are going to have some positive thoughts also. And that way, if you can just keep journaling about the positive thoughts, keep the negative in there, definitely put the negative down, but you're going to also see the positive, and as you're trying to focus more on the positive, your brain's going to automatically think of more positive and less negative. Number 3, do something physical, some sort of physical activity. There is tons of scientific research that proves that exercising is great for every aspect in life. But what it actually does more than anything is it releases the feel-good chemicals in your brain. The dopamine and the, what's the other one? Something else. There's another chemical that gets released in your brain, and those are the feel-good chemicals, right? Those are the chemicals that your brain, or that they send to your brain to let you know, hey man, I'm feeling good. This is a nice feeling that I want to be present in. I want to keep being more of this, right? So that's why also you use it as a way to, like, I know for me, when I'm when I sit down or when I lay down for a long time, I can feel it, right? My back starts getting tensed up. My butt starts really feeling, really tense, and like it's getting numb. Maybe your legs go numb, right? Because you're in that one position for a little bit too long. Tina likes to sit on her legs. So when she sits on her legs, right, eventually the blood stops flowing to there. So then she loses feeling in her foot or her leg, right? So that's right there. That's sort of like a trigger right there to let you know that it's time to get some movement, right? We got to do a little bit more than we're doing, but that's also it too, right? I like using movement in this aspect, right? When we do some exercise, we start to feel good, right? And when we feel good, we tend to look good. That's it. When we exercise, we tend to, if we keep up with it, right? We have the healthy nutrition and the exercise, we tend to look good. And when we look good, we tend to feel good. And when we feel good, we keep doing more of what makes us feel good, right? So if we're exercising and we're doing the nutrition thing and we're feeling good, and we're looking good, and we're starting to, lose some pounds, maybe some inches, our clothes are starting to fit a little bit better. Now we're starting to look good. right? And then when we're looking good, then we're feeling good because we're looking good, right? Everybody's kind of eyeing us. Our clothes are fitting a little bit better. Now we're feeling good, right? We feel like our younger selves. That makes us want to keep doing more of that stuff that makes us feel good. Now, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm an anomaly in life, and if things make me feel good, and then I keep doing more of what makes me feel good. I keep doing more of that. If things make me feel bad, I tend to not do that anymore. Outside of like work, right? Going to work, not the funnest of things. I'll give you that. But at the same, at that same token, that's what I mean. Maybe I'm just different in that aspect, and fun things that make me feel good, I keep doing. Maybe for you, it's different. You tend to like things that make you feel bad. That's different for me. I would tend to steer clear of things that make me feel bad. So I will definitely put that one up for debate. If doing things that make you feel good keeps making you, or it starts to make you feel bad, definitely come back. I don't even know how to say that, but definitely come back and tell me that this tip did nothing for you and you ended up feeling terrible by doing the stuff that made you feel good in the first place. I don't know. Maybe I'm an anomaly in that aspect. Side note, water. Helps improve all of your bodily functions, which will in turn help you look on the bright side of things. Number 4, choose positivity. Choose positivity. Don't choose to be mad. Don't choose to be upset. What's the point, right? What's the point in being mad all the time? I don't know. It's not very fun. I've done it before. It's not the funnest thing. And you know those people, right? You know those people at work that they're just angry all the time, angry at life. They don't really feel like talking to you because they're, they call it, what do they call it? The RBF. They've got the resting bitch face, right? They're just angry looking and you don't really want to talk to them because even when you do start talking to them, it's just how terrible their life is and how bad things are going for them, right? Nobody likes to look, you don't really like talking to that person. So why are we going to be that person, right? Why don't we be the person that we do like to talk to? Everybody likes talking to the happy guy, the guy that's always in a positive, cheerful mood, as much as he can be kind of annoying, right? To a certain extent. It's not really a bad thing to talk to the guy that's always in an upbeat mood and always looking on the positive side of things and always giving you, motivation to keep going. I don't really see a problem in that. But talking to the guy that's, always angry and always bringing you down and always saying, the government sucks and why can't we get better weather and if only the wind was going more well and if the stock market wasn't crashing, then life would be better and if the wife would just pull her weight around here, then life would be better. Those people, they're as much as you don't really want to talk to them, they're not any fun to be around. And as soon as you get the for lack of a better term, clearance, you're out of there, right? You're on the first train out of there. You are, pretending that you have some sort of family emergency or a bathroom emergency or, you left the stove on at home just to get out of that conversation because you don't want that negativity coming into your life. And let's get real here. It is not very fun to talk to those kind of people. But if you're choosing happiness, right? If you're if the person that's always happy, right? That's really the way it works is if you choose positivity, more positivity will come into your life, right? If you're thinking more on the positive side of things, then more positivity will come into your life, right? Going back to my roofing example, when I started really thinking more about roofing, more roofs came into my life. I started noticing a lot more roofs, right? So, in theory, if we're going to think more about the positive side of things, if we're going to choose the bright side, if we're going to choose to be happy versus choose to be upset, I feel like more happiness, more positivity will come into our lives and we will more easily be able to neglect the negativity and get that out of there. Or at the very least, when a negative thought does come in, we will be better, presented, organized, there's a word I'm looking for, to be able to combat that negative thought and change it into a positive thought. So that's why we need to choose positivity so that our brain becomes innate. Actually, let me start that over, right? If we are at the very base of it, creatures of habit, right? So if we constantly choose negativity, then out of habit, we will automatically go to the negative side of things. If we choose positivity, eventually we will form a habit that will force us to go to the positive side of things. That's just the way our brain works. It's super awesome, and that's really neuroscience at the the best of it. And again, if choosing to look on the bright side of things makes you completely upset and your life is the worst thing in the world because you tried to choose positivity, definitely come back here and tell me that tip was useless to you, and I would love to hear that story. My last tip more than anything is essential oils. And I got a couple of blends here, and I love doTERRA. You can tell basically what the blends are used for based off their names. This first one here, cheer, right? And when we're trying to look at the bright side of things and we need to be in a cheerful attitude and we're, getting rid of those negative thoughts and we want to put more cheerful thoughts into our life, into our brain, into our habits, definitely this blend is great for that. I love the way it helps to, naturally uplift and invigorate you. It's a natural way to release those endorphins in your brain, the feel-good chemicals. My next blend here is Citrus Bliss. And this is citrus oils that come together to really put you in bliss. Citrus oils are great for naturally uplifting and invigorating and helping to boost your mood and boost the productivity of your life by helping to make you happier and better prepared for life and the challenges that come along with it. I love it. That's all I got for you for today. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know I had some fun making it. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this, or somebody that you feel is a negative Nelly. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils, definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message. Or if you'd like to get your hands on a free sample before you make a full-on commitment to the oils, definitely reach out to me and we'll get you rocking and rolling with that. That's all I got for you for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and an even better week, and I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.